There are some really exceptional people here who have such compelling stories of adversity and who've overcome that adversity.
Because I got in this chair because I was shot in the hold up.
Inside People's Emergency Center in West Philadelphia are stories of survival and growth.
So now I'm here raising my son, trying to get over the pain from the past 2 years. It's been hard, but I think I got it.
Resilience and success.
If we're here, that means we made it with our lives. And it takes a lot to do that.
Also inside, a focus on the future, on breaking the cycle of homelessness and poverty. How? By working to mitigate the effects of trauma on women and their children.
But we also do general affordable housing for people that are not within the homeless shelter system. They're just people that are low income. Then on top of the housing component, we do economic development along Lancaster Avenue, we do community organizing, neighborhood planning, quality of life programming.
And PEC doesn't stop there. Not only does it offer its residents a place to stay, but also wraparound services for the families.
So early intervention, parenting programs, after-school programs, digital inclusion, behavioral health services.
One of the ones I really liked actually was a group where moms would come together and talk about dealing with parenting after being a victim of violence or anger or any of that crazy stuff.
PEC has a long-standing relationship with CHOP's Homeless Health Initiative. It offers classes centered around nutrition, wellness, and mindfulness, and activities like knitting, crocheting, jewelry making, and art therapy.
It started off as a sunset, and I just started, the more I started, playing with the colors and moving stuff around, I started feeling, it took about 2 different sessions, I think it was 2 weeks, for me to feel better. I was like, I don't feel like the sun is setting on my life. The things that you thought was so horrible can bloom into something beautiful. And that's what I started changing from sunset to sunrise.
They asked me to put a picture in an art show and it sold. And I spoke at the art show and it felt validating. I'm on my way out of here. I'm literally in the last stages. Like I have either go sign my lease today or Monday or Tuesday. I'm moving out next week for sure.
The expectation is that residents find permanent housing. Part of PEC's role is to help manage the process. It also provides the tools women need to pay for and sustain housing by teaching interviewing skills, resume building, and conflict resolution. Residents quickly see it's different than other shelters.
I was just like, oh my goodness, it was way better. And I like PEC also because they help out a lot. He love it here, and they help a lot with the kids. They agree with the kids.
PEC is embracing emerging science that shows trauma alters brain chemistry and development in children. This graph shows a healthy child's brain on the left. On the right is the brain of a child who suffered complex trauma. There are stark differences in the development of the frontal lobes. Early childhood and adolescence is when intervention aimed at mitigating trauma can change the trajectory of a life.
If we can intervene early, it kind of guarantees better outcomes on the far end, and it's less costly for all of us, but most importantly for them. They're more likely to succeed, they're more likely to complete school, get employment, and avoid homelessness.
Throughout the time that we've been here, when he's upset, when he cries, we pray, constantly pray. And I tell him all the time, this is temporary. This is temporary. This is just a stop on the way to better places. And don't let any of this change who you are. Don't let it affect how you feel about yourself. And my son has been, he repeats the things that I say to him back to me when I'm crying and when I'm upset. So it makes me feel good that he's such a good little boy and that this is not changing him for the worse.
And it's really important to have children while their parents are sorting things out and working with the adults to get their self back on their feet, that children are in high quality programming so that they are learning, so that they are nurtured, so that they continue to develop those social emotional skills.
That's where Bell comes in, building early links for learning. It's a 3-year project funded by Vanguard. The goal is to get children who are in shelter in the city of Philadelphia into high-quality early childhood programs in their neighborhoods. At PEC, programs are dedicated to helping children and youth who are dealing with complex traumas. There's social and emotional programming for babies and toddlers, and a focus on homework and tutoring for school-aged kids, and activities like art therapy, drama, and dance. PEC's Youth Healers, a group of 13 to 24-year-olds, are fighting to put an end to youth homelessness. They're doing it by educating young people, professionals, and decision makers on what youth homelessness looks like.
PEC, PEC is a very big part of my life. You know, it helped me understand what it is to be for the community. So it gave me a good sense of, you know, how to be a good people's person, no matter how the person is, you know, if they're a senior or youth, if difficult or not. We learn, you know, different ways to go around the barriers. So no matter what, just be here for the people, no matter what they're going through.
I mean, in addition to all of the evidence-based programming that we do, people need champions and someone to believe in them. And the difference that they feel knowing someone believes in them can change the trajectory of their life.
And he never thought I would leave. He had me by the thumb and thought that I would never leave. And every morning that I get up and I get my own shoes on and I get up out that bed, I feel like, yes, how you like me now? Mm-hmm.
And to witness the beauty and the strength and the compassion of the human spirit and the human condition is just, it's so meaningful, and you can't help but be changed by that.
And it is just that ability to be changed that inspires PEC's conviction to use what we know about brain science to build a system of care for children and youth to prevent them from experiencing housing insecurity and poverty in the future.